Hello, my name is Dyrrell Moon, and I'm
Marcus McKeever.
here with another edition of TCS Student News. Let's get started.
People, I'm going to take you into a place many dare not talk about openly. Take you to a place people usually keep behind closed doors. In this story, I'm going to talk about masturbation. Now, in Texas, a Democratic lawmaker wants to ban the act altogether for men exclusively. In this proposed law, men would be fined $100 for, quote, emissions outside of a woman's vagina or created outside of a health or medical facility. Now, this is absurd, am I right?
Yeah.
This proposal was made by a Democratic House of Representatives representative by the name of Jessica Farrar. Well, she knows this proposal will never make it anywhere within the House, but according to Ms. Farrar, this is no more extreme than the restrictions put on women by the state of Texas when it comes to choosing whether or not to end their pregnancy. Her argument has become a point of ridicule for some because most people point out a large hole in her logic. She's implying that life begins at sperm, not a fertilized egg. Absolute genius.
I mean, she does have a point, not in her legislation at all. I think that she's only creating the legislation to try to put out, a certain political view. That legislation is crazy, but it's also crazy of what Texas is doing in their legislation controlling women's bodies.
I mean, but you're putting sperm at a pretty high, pedestal.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's a fertilized egg where it's two parties.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. All right. Jeff Sessions, the UN Attorney General, says that marijuana is only slightly less awful than heroin. He also says, I reject the idea that America will be a better place if marijuana is sold in every corner store. And I'm astonished to hear that people suggest that we can solve our heroin crisis by legalizing marijuana. This is a constitutional problem, though. 28 states legalize weed in some way in this country, whether that's through medicinal use or whether that's through recreational use. But weed is still federally legal. Sessions wants to go after weed on a federal level, crossing all 50 states. Can he do this? How will Trump react to this conflict? We will find out.
Now, healthcare. Everybody wants it, everybody needs it, and the GOP has plans to revolutionize it in the United States. But at what cost?
The American Health Care Act, otherwise known as Ryan Care, is being proposed to Congress to replace Obamacare. With this change in the healthcare, the number of people without healthcare will increase to 24 million by 2026 and take off $337 billion off the federal budget. That's 24 million people without healthcare. Premiums for buying insurance on their own will go up to 15 to 20% higher in 2018 and 19, but 10% lower by 2026, the budget office said. But this is only for people who cannot afford to buy their own insurance.
On the other hand, Tom Price, the Secretary of Health and Human Services, says the report offers an incomplete picture because it did not take into account the regulatory steps that Trump's team intends to take on legislation, and Republicans want to pass their multi-step strategy to repeal and replace Obamacare. Now, that was a mouthful. Let me explain this in simple terms.
Okay.
Dyrrell?
Yes.
The statistics you just put out, they might be wrong.
Okay.
It might be higher. More people, maybe even 30 million people might be off healthcare.
That's even worse.
Right.
Okay. So the budget office estimated that 52 million people would be uninsured. I told you I got you. Premiums for people buying insurance on their own would be up to 50 to 20% higher in 2018 and 2019. I want to repeat that. Paul Ryan says that he wants people to pick their own plan and doctor that they want.
Now, you all may know I love Trump, but I love my healthcare a bit more since I just got it. Now look at this, y'all. Working class people, that's a good percent of you watching this, will be cut off from affordable care. That means your grandma with heart disease, gone. Someone you know has juvenile diabetes and is on Obamacare, guess what? Gone. Working class people will either be in debt or dead if they get a life-threatening illness under Ryan Care. Madness. And, well, on that note, we're going to move right into TCS Student News.
Students do a lot at the school, and we have a lot of fun. Last week, students went to Single Carrot to watch A Bitter Game, a play about a young black man in America moving to adulthood.
Now, last Friday, we here at TCS got a very special seminar. Instead of our usual continuation of the Conversation With series, we had a robotics seminar. We had the honor of having Codactive Robotics Group come here and teach us, well, robotics.
Yeah.
The group, led by Zach Kahn, taught us the ins and outs of robotics. From Booleans to if statements, we learned a bit of it all. Thank you for coming, Codactive, and we hope to see you again.
Last Thursday, the school held its annual third trimester meeting of the school year. We addressed events over the second trimester, tuition, plans for next year, graduation, and students received their report cards. The next and last sponsor meeting will be held on Tuesday, June 1st.
Last week, a special event happened. We had a student of ours get accepted into college. My co-host, Dyrrell Moon, has gotten accepted into Howard University. Hey, you son.
Well, that was a great addition to TCS News. Hope you had a great week. Once again, my name is Dyrrell Moon.
And I'm McKeever.
See you soon.